Everyone I have cared for has either died or left me. Everyone fucking except for you.
I got nothing but nightmares from those years.
You survived because of me.
How is it that you never sleep?
Who says that I'm not? I'm scared of ending up alone.
I struggled a long time with surviving. No matter what, you keep finding something to fight for.
You shot him.
Sarah.
Through here.
Joel, over here. Look at his sleeve. Firefly.
Yep. These guys aren't doing well in or out of the city. Let's hope there's someone alive to meet us at the drop-off.
Molotovs are deadly in any video game, so I just knew in this game they were gonna be killer. Just didn't really know what situation would be best to use it in. Obviously when there's a large group of enemies next to each other, or maybe just to quickly take out one enemy very efficiently but incredibly loudly.
From the quarantine zone.
See? They're not our guys.
Over there, see him?
Shit. God, we're almost out. Okay, Joel, you take point. I'll watch the rear. Ellie, no matter what, you stay right on his heels. Sure. You stay sharp.
I got it.
More clickers far too soon, and I had no idea how I was planning to deal with them. And then the best part was that Tess said, Ellie, you stick with him, because he knows what he's doing. No, I fucking don't! But that was when I got the tutorial explaining exactly how to deal with clickers. Move quietly by tilting L slightly, and stay in place so that they don't suspect you. That was when I realized they can't see. Therefore, you can use that to your advantage. I was still not quite ready to test the threshold of their hearing, but then I realized you could be standing right next to a clicker and they honestly won't suspect that you're an enemy. Of course, you don't want to be directly in their path, but it's still cool to be able to be right among them and take them out with a shiv or something without having to suspect that they're gonna kill you. Some people, though, like Tess, can fucking suck the monster's dick and it still won't suspect that she's right in front of it. And it's cool being able to use a shiv to take out a monster of such a high caliber, but it's also a bit difficult because shivs are useful for many other things as well. You have to pick and choose your battles, pick and choose your victims, and pick and choose the kinds of objects you want to make. In my experience, it's always nice to have a couple shivs lying around though. This time around, I take quite a bit of time getting through the area, but I still do a much better job than I did in the last area. I was getting the hang of clicker stealth and infected stealth, which is a totally different type of stealth than human stealth. Derek at the bookstore is letting us use his safe. When you close tonight, put my stuff in there. 34378. Looking back on it, I didn't actually realize how important that was. A safe? Can you imagine how many materials could have been in that safe? If only I'd realized that the stuff you find actually matters. Some games, you just find a bunch of stuff and it's just like, oh yeah, that's cool. But in this game, no, the stuff you find actually matters. It has a safe code and everything. I think I was more focused on taking advantage of this new clicker stealth and getting away from the monsters than I was on exploring, which I probably should have been. I have to say though, stealth is fun, but clicker stealth is fun. Like, there is nothing like clicker stealth in my experience. Using the hearing aid, I was also able to differentiate between clickers and the runners, which is an important distinction. Runners can see, but clickers can't. And runners, usually when they're stationary, are hunched over in more pain than the clickers are. So you can tell the difference, and you can tell when one is going to be attracted and another isn't. I think it made it especially more fun since I was actually getting the hang of it, and I felt like I had a bigger amount of control over the game world than I did in my previous encounter with these guys. Maybe I still played it a bit too cautiously, but in the end it worked out fairly well.
This way. We're almost out of this. Come on.
Now I thought I'd found the right way to go, but there was a clicker standing right there. It was just standing right there, and I was like, what the heck am I supposed to do? I found no way to distract it, and it was looking in my direction, so I really thought it was hopeless. And, of course, I had a momentary lapse in which I forgot completely that clickers can't see. Say it with me now, people. Clickers can't see. Hopefully I'll keep that in mind in the future. So without being able to take that guy out, I decided to take a different route and see if there was another way to get out of the area. I walked into this other store and just found myself in a dead end. Great job. Great freaking job. So with no way out that way, I figured the only way to escape would be to confront that monster that was just standing there. But then along came one of his buddies, kind of stalking the area to see if we were around. Sometimes you just gotta play it safe. There's no point in wasting your equipment when you don't need to.
I hate those things.
I almost completely fucked up and woke that guy up when I didn't mean to. Thankfully, he was still stationary and still pretty much unconscious or asleep. So I somewhat overcautiously and very dramatically decided to stab him in the neck.
shit. We actually made it.
Everyone okay?
Yes. Let's move.
You guys are pretty good at this stuff.
It's called luck. And it is gonna run out.
And with that, we made it out of that sorry area and into a much better place, though you wouldn't be able to tell from the looks of it.
To where we going, Tess?
Capitol building's in this direction. How do we get up over this truck? Let's see what we can find.
We needed some way to get over that truck, and those infected runners did not want to let me through there very easily. So, we were left with a truck blocking our passage and no real way to get across it. I knew I was going to have to find a ladder, but from where? Apparently from this abandoned building with a bunch of runners just waiting to kill me. Now, call me a pussy, but I'm not the kind of person who will just run in and shoot every person I see, especially since I have to conserve my ammo, you know? So I figured I would just try to walk in there without killing anyone. I mean, if I could efficiently get the things I need and not have anyone die, I think that's a plus for everyone. But I do tend to get sidetracked by, you know, items and resources and other stuff that I might need, but are not immediately necessary. It's nice to know that these stationary runners don't actually actively try to find you. If they're trembling and suffering like they are, then there's no reason to worry about them. Unless, of course, you actually try to do something, then by all means, they will try to fucking kill the shit out of you. Wasn't that a beautiful headshot, though?
Here we go.
Let's look at that again. Okay, well, this isn't a ladder, but I was damn close. I was damn close. We're gonna get over the truck all the same. The Center for Disease Control has produced this pamphlet on cordyceps brain infection to increase awareness and prevention of infection. Background. The cordyceps mushroom is a parasitic fungi that can take over a host's mind and alter its behavior. Until recently, it has only affected insects and some arthropods. A new species has emerged with the ability to target human hosts. Transmission. The two known ways to contract CBR are breathing the spores emitted by the cordyceps or contact with bodily fluids of a person infected by CVI, usually by being bitten. Incubation. After initial infection, the parasite travels to the host's brain over a period of 1 to 2 days. The incubation concludes when the cordyceps has taken over all major bodily functions of the host, stage 1 CBI. Symptoms. Stage 1 CBI patients display erratic and violent behavior, lashing out at anyone around them. Eventually, the fungus pushes through the host's tissue to allow for the release of airborne spores. There is no vaccine for CBI, nor any known treatment to lengthen the incubation period. Diagnosis. CBI can be diagnosed using a blood or microscopic imaging test, usually administered against the ear, within minutes of contraction. The results of this test will come out positive. So, just a random thought. If you happen to fuck a person who had just been infected, that would also transfer the infection to you? I mean, it said bodily fluid, so I'm assuming that that includes sexual contact, you know. But I'm just making sure, just checking in with my doctor, because I want to know, you know, what my options are, what areas are available.
What? I don't hear anything.
Okay, double time.
They're coming.
I know.
Okay, that's good, go.
You got something on your shoe.
Gross.
God damn, those things are scary as fuck. Oh my goodness.
Let's find out.
I can't even imagine actually being in a actual, like, real life. You know, everyone always wants to fantasize, oh, this is what I would do if I was in this situation. Motherfucker, you'd be dead, alright? Just stop fucking around. There are various different collectibles that are introduced in this area alone, and there's another mechanic that's introduced, which is an upgrade mechanic, where you find workbenches that you can use to upgrade your different weapons and other things. And it's very useful. I don't really make too much use of it here, but it's definitely very useful later on, especially when you have a lot more materials to use. And it just promotes more scavenging around and actually finding stuff to use, which is great. Promoting exploration is always a good thing, unless it's a fetch quest in one of those really annoying RPGs.
Shoot you.
She almost did. Hope she's all right.
I told you. It's gonna be fine.
In a game like this where exploration is so important and you never know when the game's going to stop you from going somewhere, I always like to make sure that I go where I think the game doesn't want me to go first, where I think the plot isn't going to progress. That way I can explore everything, find everything I need, and then progress the plot so that I don't have to worry about not being able to go back later on. So when you see an area where the floor has completely collapsed onto the floor below, then you know the plot probably wants you to go there.
Tess.
Come on, stay close to me.
Shit.
What is this place?
It's an old museum. Some of these things are hundreds of years old.
Really?
All right, watch your head. Hurry, go, go, go!
Joel!
I'm alive. I'll make my way around.
Look, they're here!
Tess?
Run!